Hey everybody, I'm here with a quick Diddy video. You know, ever since his fall from grace, I mean the raids, the lawsuits, the Cassie lawsuits, now the arrest, and now him being behind bars, all of his celebrity friends, they either have gone ghost, silent, refused to speak, and those few that do have the bravery, I guess, to speak, they deny. They said anytime they was around Diddy, they never saw his dark side. They was never at the after party, and they never saw any criminal activity. Now listen, let's be clear. If we, the people on the street that don't know Diddy, never been to one of his parties, has heard the urban legends about him allegedly having people unalive or unaliving people, or beating down people, so forth and so on. If we have heard those stories, you mean to tell me his celebrity friends that were very close to him, that he mentored, they never heard not one bad, crazy story about Diddy? Ray J spoke out and he said that although Diddy has been his mentor for years, he didn't know the dark side of Diddy. And let me say this, celebrities now that are claiming if they did go to the party, didn't see nothing, or they never been at the party because they don't party like that, so forth and so on. At one time, and it's not like decades ago, most recently, up into the Cassie lawsuit, everybody wanted an invite to a Diddy party. And when they got said invite, most of them, I'm going to go with a 99 point something percent, but I'll lower it for speaking purposes. About 90% of them showed up when they got the invite. When he first started these parties, before all of the digital media, so to speak, and technology being where it's at today, people were waiting by their mailboxes to see if they got invited. Before all of the digital technology to the level that it's at now, people were waiting for phone calls to see if they got invited. People would ask friends of friends, hey, do you know somebody that's going? Or do you know Diddy? Can you see if you could get me in said party, even if I'm the one just serving the drinks or the food or cleaning up? Just get me in the door. But when the technology, got better, people were waiting for that email, that text message, or that e-invite that were inviting them to a Diddy party. Proof of that is when he turned 50, because Stevie J, remember, he put out the video and showed us himself. Stevie J showed the video of Diddy's 50th birthday party, and everybody who is anybody was there. Now, again, why do I say that? Because I go back to this. They been knew about his behavior. They been knew who he was. They been heard the rumors. And listen, where there's smoke, there's some fire, right? And if we heard the little bit of stories we heard being on the outside from the industry, imagine how much the industry people heard and knew. But now everybody wants to get in front of a mic. They want to tell us a Diddy story. They want to tell us how much this man is a monster. And I want to say to those people, people sometimes say I'm better late than never. I say they a day late and a dollar short, because perhaps if they was all running their mouths a little bit earlier, we would have less victims, less people traumatized, and less people maybe allegedly unalive. Let's go ahead and get into this Ray J interview where he's dancing around things, and he really probably shouldn't have did the interview, but he did it anyway. Let's take a listen.
Known Diddy most of his life.
Known him most
Considers him a mentor as well as one of his closest friends. He is not.
So a mentor and one of your closest friends. Your mentor and closest friend, you never seen their dark side. You never heard any crazy story about them, and you never seen them do anything crazy. He said it out of his mouth, not us. He said, my mentor and closest friend for years. Let's listen.
Spoken out since Diddy's arrest, joins us now. Appreciate you taking the opportunity.
What's up, Chris? How you doing?
I'm good, and I'm happy to meet you. Thank you. Um, what do you want people to know about how these allegations hit you? Had you ever thought you would hear this about the man?
I didn't. And I think it's a different time in this game. And when you look at our mentors and the people that have kind of shaped this culture, it's important to acknowledge the mistakes that they've made. And we have to hold everybody accountable for what they've done. But I don't think this is a time to tear anybody down, right? Instead, it's a time for this industry and everybody that's going through this and seeing this to learn from the mistakes and create a roadmap for the future of the industry together, right? In unity. I think that's the next plan that I think needs to be put in play. And with all the allegations and everything that's been going on, it is definitely shaking this industry up. So the importance of unity right now, I think, is the key to a positive future.
Why do you think we haven't heard from anyone until now?
I just feel like a lot of people are in shock. A lot of people are dealing with it in their own way. But in times like these, I mean, we should come together. We should talk about it as a community. It's easy to divide and point fingers, but unity is where you build. You can have a stronger future for the culture. I mean, Diddy's been an icon for decades. We've all listened to his music. We've all been around him, that at least in my era, and have looked up to him. And in this situation, it's super unfortunate, but it's important to learn a lesson right now, and ensure the next generation understands how to move differently with transparency and integrity. And I think transparency and integrity moving forward should be non-negotiable.
I hear you. And look, we need that in every culture. You hear and may know what I hear, which is people aren't coming out because they either suspected this about him or they don't want to have any connection to him. And then I guess there's another group who's worried they're going to get pulled in, which is one of the suggestions from prosecutors. When you were with him, you had to have heard the kinds of things that other people heard about what Diddy could be about on the dark side and excesses of his. What did you make of what you heard, and what did you ever see for yourself that gave you an opinion about what he was about?
Well, for myself, and I think a lot of other people in this industry, I mean, it's all a shock because, we've never seen the stuff that's being said and the stuff that people are finding out. Like, I've never been in rooms that people are talking about, and I never knew they existed. And a lot of people in the industry can agree with me on that sense. Like, you all wanted to go and have a good time at a Diddy party, and you wanted to be in.
Your mentor and friend for decades. You never been in any rooms. Let's continue.
Inspired, you wanted to go out and have a good time, and then you wanted to go the next day to work, and you wanted to work hard in this good vibe, and so to see where we are now, I just think everybody is still trying to digest it and still trying to understand it. And even though, there's still allegations and it's not anything that's
just allegations,
factual yet, but it's hurtful, and it's confusing to a lot of people. I mean, we all grew up listening to Puff and Bad Boy, and they represented success and resilience, but it comes with responsibility. And when people fall, right now, we just need to use it as a moment to reflect, not to criticize, but find a better way to move forward as leaders, individuals, in this culture that we're in right now.
All right, so that's Ray J. He's in shock. We need to come together. People need to be honest. Well, we've been needing honesty, right? And people to come together and to deal with the truth, so forth and so on. I'm trying to just go back to his Hold on one second. Let me share screen with y'all. This is what Ray J is saying and everybody else that knew Diddy. Ray J, I hung out at Diddy's soirees. What? ST? Ray J is coming clean about Diddy's notorious parties, but he says there's nothing to see in terms of criminal behavior. The singer was interviewed by Chris Como on News Nation. We just watched that. Como. And he gave a window into his decades long relationship with Diddy, zeroing in on what the feds say were illicit soirees. Ray J told Como he and other entertainers frequently attended Diddy's gatherings. Yet he never saw, this is what they're all saying, they never saw any ST or other serious crimes as detailed in the federal indictment against the music mogul. Ray J put it this way: we never seen the stuff that's being said and the stuff that people are finding out. Like, I never been in rooms that people are talking about, and I never knew they existed. So I told y'all a long time ago, but the people was like, boop, boop, boop. They was beating me upside the head. I told you a long time ago, and like I said, there's a video on my channel. It's from 6 months ago. And you could tell I didn't do it recent because then I had hair on my head. Now I do not. Okay. Where I told y'all they was going to come get him September 2024. And the reason why I was able to say that 6 months ago is because exactly what Ray J is doing right now. All the celebrity friends that was ever around Diddy at a party with Diddy, they was having trouble getting anyone to come say that they saw any of these said crimes. And the reason why, I mean, some of it is like, you feel shame, you feel embarrassment, especially when you learn now that these things were allegedly at the level that they are today, right? According to the indictment. You say to yourself, maybe you was there, it was just an innocent party under your eyes, and then later find out something else. Or maybe you was there and you did see things and you didn't say anything. You don't want anyone to now know that you was at maybe 5 parties, 10 parties, or 15 or 20, and you watched this stuff go down and you kept your mouth quiet. So it's a lot more layered as to why people are not speaking. But some of the people that are not speaking, it's a little more on the innocent side. Some of the people that are not speaking, it's a little more on the sinister side, because he had people help him carry out these FOs all the time that he did them, right? And they don't want to be implicated. He also said he admired and respected Diddy back in the day while he was trying to make it in the industry. And while Ray J admits Diddy's situation is unfortunate, he says the next generation of entertainers should learn from the Bad Boy Records CEO mistakes and show more integrity and transparency. Again, I think that Ray J probably was one of the worst ones to speak on this subject, especially with his thing that he is currently going through with his estranged wife, okay, Prince's Love, and it allegedly being some DV in that situation. I'll put it lightly. As we reported, Diddy was arrested in New York by federal agents last Monday and charged in an indictment with ST, racketeering, conspiracy, transportation to engage in P, and other major offenses. Diddy pleaded not guilty to the charges, but was twice denied bail and incarcerated at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, where he awaits trial. This thing is so layered. I am later on today going to go into, where did I put it? I moved my book, but we'll talk about it later. Oh no, I have it here. Hold on one second. I am going to read later this book. I ordered it from Amazon, where it's supposed to be Kim's Lost Words. It's about 60 pages. My panel, some of my panel members that come on with me on a regular basis and myself are going to read through it. We read through the first 15. We'll get through the rest of it and we'll have a discussion. And if we have time, depending upon the timing and the conversation with this book, I'm going to break down these RICO charges for you. I think a lot of time everybody wants to stay on the sensational level or the emotional level with this situation. But we're going to break down these RICO charges, how they came about at the feds, and what I believe they're trying to do in said situation. But there's a lot of high-ranking employees that helped Diddy for decades and which I believe are now witnesses for the feds, the prosecution side. And my thing is, stop giving all of these enablers immunity, because they need to go down too. Because if I have a enterprise and I'm destroying lives, my enterprise will fall apart very quickly if said people within the enterprise say no and refuse to do the things that I'm asking them to do. But when they say yes, my enterprise can grow, 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 destroy, 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 and continue on for decades like he did, his did allegedly. So therefore, I feel like all of these other people really need to catch the heat and the smoke too. Listen, guys, chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. If you are a subscriber, welcome back. Everybody, thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts on Ray J talking on this subject. I think he should have kept his mouth shut. I really do. You have someone that is your mentor and your friend for decades, but you didn't see nothing, you didn't know nothing, and there was no way on the face of this earth that you ever stayed at the after party. Listen, guys, thanks for watching. Hit the like button, and I'll see you in the next video.